Hello, everyone. Good evening. You already know it is an amazing Tuesday night, and you are tuned in into the best show on a Tuesday night. That's right. You are tuned into the Praise Chapel channel. That's what you're tuned into. You're tuned into the Praise Chapel channel on tonight. This is where we get down on a great Tuesday night. So listen, I'm going to need you to come on in because the doors of the chapel are open. And we are so glad that you are here. To our chapel members, saints, and friends, we are so glad that you are here with us tonight in the chapel. Like, come on. Like, this is what we do on Tuesday. We have a good old time into the chapel. So come on in, take your seat in the chapel and enjoy a great night with us tonight. I am your girl, Marcy Marvin. So glad to be here with you on tonight. And you are tuned into Kingdom Sound. All right. This is Kingdom Sound, Kingdom Conversations. We do it all over here on the Praise Chapel channel. All right. So we are so glad that you are joining us. So come on in, join us on tonight. It's going to be a great Tuesday night on, and I'm trying to tell you this is what I need you to do. Okay, let's go in with our announcements. All right. So this is what I need. I need you to make sure you are connected to us on Praise Chapel. Okay, so make sure you go to @I Go to Praise Chapel and get connected to us. We out there, y'all. We out there on them social media sites and social media outlets. So what are you waiting for? Make sure you go and join us out there on social media. All right, we are out there and we are @I Go to Praise Chapel. It is just that simple. @I Go to Praise Chapel. Make sure you go to @I Go to Praise Chapel so you can get connected to us and everything that we out here doing. All right, so make sure you do that for us. Be a blessing and do that, okay? Because we out there on Facebook, Instagram, out there on the YouTube, y'all. We are out there on the YouTube. So go ahead, it's going across the bottom of your screen right now. So make sure you go ahead and get connected to us. When you do, make sure you go ahead and leave us some comments. We would love to hear from you. Let us know how you are enjoying the shows that we do over here on the Praise Chapel channel. God, let us know what's going on. Let us know what you're thinking and all that kind of good stuff. All right. We would love to hear from you. And then make sure you go ahead and you are liking and you are commenting and you are subscribing and friending and following and all of that good stuff. And make sure that over there on YouTube that you are hitting that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos that we do. And if you haven't watched all of our videos yet, go ahead one day, take this weekend if you want, and go ahead and binge watch all of our amazing videos or amazing lives that we have done over the times that we've been here. You got to make sure you go on over there and that you watch them all. Okay, get yourself some snack or drink and all that kind of good stuff and binge watch. All right, yeah, there you go. He ain't with us tonight, but there you go. He is with us though. This is what I'm talking about. All about building. See, he joined us tonight. What's going on, Michi? All right, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, go ahead and binge watch that good stuff we be out here talking about. Okay, you got to go back and watch. It is. I'm trying to tell y'all, it is so good. We've had the opportunity to talk to so many great artists, and oh my gosh, it has been absolutely amazing. So what are you waiting for? Get on over there and binge watch, do your thing. Go ahead and watch all of our amazing videos that we got going on. All right, listen. Okay, so what else I gotta tell you? Make sure you go to www.praisechapelgospel.com. All right, you need to go on over there. We need you to go ahead and drop your emails to us. Make sure you drop your emails to us so that we can stay connected to you. You don't want to miss none of the good stuff that got going on over here and all the stuff that we're going to be doing. So make sure that you go ahead over there on www.praisechapelgospel.com. Leave us that email so that we can definitely connect with you. Come on, you know you want to know what's going on. And I always say, don't be the last to know. All right, listen. And we definitely want to hear from you. All right. So listen, let us know in the comment section what artists that you would like to see right here on the Praise Chapel channel. And we're going to do our best to see what we can do and get that artist right on here for you. All right. So let us know who you would love to see right here in the chapel with your girl. All right. Listen. We doing it over here on the Praise Chapel channel. Okay, so you got to make sure that you are connected. I always say we can't do what we do without you. All right, so listen, make sure you let us know who you would love to see. Make sure you're connected and following us. All right, great, boom, that's it. Tonight, it is going to be a great night. Y'all know over here on the Praise Chapel channel, we don't just give you music artists, like just singing artists, but we also give you other people who are in the other guests who are in the music industry and doing great things and helping to build the kingdom in their gift of what it is that they do. And tonight we have an amazing guest on tonight. I'm telling you, I mean, she has absolutely done it all. I'm telling you, she has absolutely done it all. And it is going to be a really great night. Listen, y'all know I ain't here by myself. I sure ain't. I always love to have me a wonderful co-host in the chapel with me, and I got one on tonight. Y'all already know, because he just know everybody out here in these kingdom music industry streets. And I am so glad that he is absolutely here, and he's with me on tonight, and he always here, so this is a good thing. All right, so he's here tonight. Y'all already know Mr. Gregory Gay is here in the chapel. We're going to bring him in.
Hey. Mercy. It's good to be here tonight. I'm excited.
Yes, this is going to be a really great night.
Absolutely. Great, valuable information. As Mr. Michi has said, as he's away. Mr. Michi, we're missing you this evening, but it's not the same. It's not the same, but we're going to carry on. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely. Listen, we have such an amazing guest on tonight. Oh my God. What has she not done?
Absolutely.
Has she not done? I mean, record label executive, artist,
yes,
publicist, artist management, songwriter, producer, entrepreneur, radio host. Oh my gosh. Hello. Like, this is crazy. All right. She has absolutely done it all. And we are so grateful and excited that she is here tonight with us in the chapel. I'm trying to tell you, right, Greg?
Yes, absolutely.
Listen, it's going to be a great night on tonight. So y'all get ready. I'm trying to tell y'all, take your seat right there. Don't y'all go nowhere, because she is here with us on tonight. And we are so absolutely excited. And we're going to get ready to bring her in. I'm going to go ahead and let my awesome co-host to go ahead and bring in our guest for tonight.
Thank you, Marcy. She is one phenomenal individual, and we are so very grateful that she decided to share her wealth of knowledge with us on this evening. She is a one of a kind. She has done so many things in a short span, a career that spans almost 2 decades, almost. I won't tell her age. But with great humility and great passion and zeal and zest for life, she is Tracy Williamson, and we're happy to welcome her to Praise Chapel tonight. Tracy, thanks so much for being with us this evening.
Yes.
Hey, Greg, thank you for having me on. I'm excited to be with you all to talk about, I guess, all things industry, music industry, gospel industry, and anything else connected to it.
Yes, absolutely. It's so awesome. We love to share this kind of knowledge with our chapel members, saints, and friends. We love to share this knowledge. We love for them to be able to be guided and understand how this thing go. You know, so many people are coming out and doing their thing, but it's still sometimes, you know, you always need a better understanding of what it is that you do. So we are so grateful that you took time out of your schedule today to be here and to just be able to talk to us tonight about what it is that you can share, your wisdom. You've been in this for over 20 years. So absolutely, we definitely are excited to get this wisdom from you tonight. So thank you for being in the chapel.
Oh, no problem. Can you hear me a little better now? Is that better?
Yes.
A little better.
Okay, hold on. Let me just let's try to adjust this. Okay, how about that? Is that better?
That's better too.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry about that.
Nope, you're okay.
Well, you said it's been over 20 years, but I'm only 25, so
that works.
I'll wait you.
No, but it has been 20, I think, probably 21, 22 years of me working in the gospel music industry.
Wow.
I got my start so many ways I got my start, but I won't go through the whole story. But Chicago, right here where I'm from, will say that's where I got my start working with My mother, who is the president of Chicago Mass Choir.
Woohoo, Chicago Mass.
Yeah, Chicago Mass Choir. Gray Boys, Percy Gray, Gerald Gray. Percy is like I won't say a godfather to me, but he's like a dad mentor. The choirs that are connected to all of those entities. So I can go down the list. New Direction, Chicago Mass, Praise to Joshua's Troop. It's a slew of them.
Wow.
But I'll say that's my somewhat of an initial start, because I promoted for New Direction. I helped to promote like their recording at one point. I think that was in '99.
Wow.
And so many other things came from that, which led to me a couple years later meeting Brian Scott and Dr. Leonard Scott, the president and founder of Ty Scott Records. And they gave me an opportunity, and it wasn't that easy, but I went through the whole working for odd jobs, doing temp work after college, not getting the job straight out of college. Like so many other people who are trying to pursue not just a music career, but to also work in this industry. It's not the type of job that you can just, well, now it might be a little different. But back then you couldn't look, definitely not on the internet, but you couldn't look up a job position to work in the music industry like that and just say, I want to do that. So many other legs connected to my story that led me to working for, or being given the opportunity to be the marketing and A&R director for Ty Scott Records. And the list goes on, the journey goes on, and then I stepped out on my own. Maybe 7 or 8 years later, I was the label director for Ty Scott, and then after that, I started my own company, Trace 7 Entertainment, where I have has several clients, including Ty Scott, where I provided publicity, management, artist development services. Artists such as Todd Delaney is one, Chicago Mass Choir, Eddie James. I'm trying to think of, it's so many people. Dietrich Hatton, the Rance Allen Group. I'm trying to remember everybody, but I'm forgetting people. Right even here in Chicago, Bishop Larry Trotter. Let me stop there because there's so many others, and I'm just forgetting. So we're gonna stop there. But to say all that, just saying where the knowledge comes from, I do have a background of working with many artists on not just the independent, national, and companies. I worked for BET at one point, All Star Gospel Superfest. I worked for them. So I've kind of done quite a few things.
And Tracy, that gives you, of course, a great platform to share information about the inner workings of the gospel music industry, as well as to provide insight into what it takes to thrive and be successful within the confines of the gospel music industry. I feel oftentimes that our people, the Bible says that people perish for lack of knowledge, and because we don't take the time to prepare, we're always jumping feet first without taking time to get proper information. And again, I believe that God places people in our lives to assist us. And I believe that your book is a primer. It helps artists and, again, people who are interested in pursuing gospel music as a career to find out what they need to have or what they need to get rid of. But, what makes the job necessary and, of course, needful. And again, I've always said, Gregory 1:12 says, if you're going into the gospel music industry, you first need to have a psychological evaluation, because mental health issues are real. And for some strange reason, it seems that the green monster comes out and, everybody has a thrive and a drive and they want to be in the industry, but it takes tenacity. I'm sorry, Tracy, this is actually your interview. So what would you say? What would you say are the necessary elements in beginning anywhere in any capacity within the gospel music industry?
You actually mentioned a few of those things. I'm glad that you mentioned therapy or counseling. I've actually posted that several times that I'm an advocate of that regardless. I don't care.
Absolutely.
I have a counselor, a Christian counselor. So get counseling, I think is necessary. But especially if you are going to be in the music industry, period. I don't care what genre of music it is, entertainment. And one reason is because as creatives, we are very emotional. I do consider myself to be a creative. We are very emotional, very passionate, and tap into things and feel and our feelings and everything. So sometimes we wear our feelings on our sleeve, or we tend to act out through our feelings, and everybody sees that. So anything that has transpired over your life from childhood up until adulthood, all of those things are a part of you, and they come out through your creativity. The songs we hear, whether it gospel or R&B, most times is based around a story or a situation either that person went through or their friend went through, they heard about, through feelings and emotions, and sometimes trauma, childhood trauma, family trauma, relationship trauma, self-inflicted trauma, whatever it is, it comes out. You cannot hide those things, especially when you are a creative. So having that counselor on deck is necessary, and not just one or two times. You need them with you at all times, because as an artist, if you are pursuing this, and depending on the age you start, you will be growing up in front of people. You're on a platform, so you have to make the decision to say, I know that you all will see me grow up in front of you, whether at 20 years old or 40 years old, and depending on how private you are with your life. But as a creative, those emotions come out. So the counseling thing is definitely needs to be a part of it. Also, the drive has to be there. This doesn't happen overnight. I just kind of quickly shared my journey as working as an executive in the industry. Mine didn't happen overnight. So, I mean, I went from college and graduating in 99, working 50 million jobs over a year's span, going back to school saying, forget it, I'm going to start my own record company, I don't care. Then being called and going through depression. I think I was 22 years old. People not understanding me, trying to figure it out, me doing street promotions by myself across the entire city of Chicago. I was hired by Debbie May of Al Wash Entertainment. So all these things are part of your journey, but you need to appreciate them and not say, ooh, especially now, it's a different day now. I see them making a picture. They got a YouTube video. I can do that and I'm going to be famous. No, that's not what you want. You don't want anything that happens overnight. So the therapy, you need to have drive and patience. Actually, the patience comes before the drive. Patience. Do not neglect when people tell you to be patient. You must be patient, because your story is only your story. I can use Vashawn Mitchell as an example. Gregory, we both know Vashawn very well. Vashawn has written probably 5,000, I'm exaggerating, songs for Sweet Holy Spirit Church and Bishop Larry D. Trotter. Before the song Nobody Greater hit, and he didn't write that one. So, I don't know, so many years, and he was an artist on Ty Scott. I think it was maybe 2 records after he left Ty Scott is when he got with EMI. I think Nobody Greater hit with EMI Gospel at that time. Bishop Trotter had how many projects out before then? How many songs? He wrote Silent Tears. He wrote What's to Come is. Did he write What's to Come is Better?
Yes.
All of most of the hit songs.
Absolutely, it's only a test.
Right, it's only a test, and then Nobody Greater, and he didn't write that one. So think about how his pride had to even come down in that. I'm sure if he was on here, he would testify and talk about some of that. Like, man, that wasn't my song. And just so many things, again, that emotional part. So the counseling, patience, and you need to be driven. Not driven in an arrogant way. Hopefully I'm not going over time with my answers. But not driven in an arrogant way. I struggled with that. Thinking, oh, it's going to happen, I'm going to do it. God checked me real quick, too. I think I was like 27, 28 during that time. And not just because of my age, but a lot of things were happening for me, and I was thinking I was doing it. No, I wasn't. He reminded me of that. But so many, and also, don't beat yourself up too much if you go through these things, because it's a part of life. I said earlier, accepting and holding yourself accountable first, and agreeing with yourself and understanding that people are going to watch you grow up. So, however you act in your household with your family and your parents, when you act out and holler and scream and throw a temper tantrum, if you haven't gotten that in check yet before you become an artist, you're going to do that on a stage. And I don't mean just on a literal stage, the stages that you go through as an artist. You're going to act out. You're going to say stuff on Facebook. You're going to mouth off. You're going to say something to somebody in your group, your team. You're going to fire somebody, probably cuss somebody out. So these are things that are part of you. And so the counseling, the patience, be driven, but not in an arrogant way. Obviously, you need to follow God and let Him lead you and drive your situation. And allowing yourself to grow up in front of people. So I'll leave it right there just to start. So I think
that is just powerful in itself. Oh my goodness. It's like, yeah, let's close the doors and turn off the lights because we got information here. But again, it's so necessary. And I saw Kim Harley. Hey, Kim Harley, thanks for being on it. But she was saying how important it is and how it's very needed that someone needs to share these things with people when they get started so that you will know exactly what to do. And again, so very important when I hear you say making sure that you have a drive, but not in an arrogance, because a lot of times we confuse arrogance with our need to excel. And we think that, if I'm arrogant or if I'm pushy, then that's the way to get in. But again, the Bible, asks us always to humble ourselves. Come on, and when we realize that we have to have the right posture. We have to be in the right position so that we can receive those things. Again, it's a marathon and not a sprint. So Tracy, I'm grateful to hear you talk about your experiences, that it didn't happen overnight. Most things that we consider as overnight successes took years and years and years to produce. You had to go back and refine and define and unfine and low-fine so that you can make sure that you're getting there. And I appreciate, again, that you have a book that gives us that type of information. Your book also talks about, so I've written a song and then now what? Most people don't know what happens after I write a song. And again, we concentrate on the creative part. And I too, being a creative, you have a passion and you have a zeal about making sure that you deposit something in the earth. But again, the things that I need to follow, the checklist that I need to follow, maybe I'm not sure of. And of course, the book gives great insight into what to do after you've written a song, and even gives specific information. And I promise, Tracy, I'll let you talk. It gives information about knowing the differences between the various types of deals that are presented to you as an artist. If you are green, you will more than likely be taken advantage of. Okay, Tracy, your turn.
No, that's fine. I'm glad you brought that up. I said earlier about with the drive and not being arrogant and also following God. With the following God and then leading into the songwriting piece, God's creation is still evolving. We're still created us, but we're still developing. We're developing into who He wants us to be in the end as humans. The Adam and Eve part started initially, but it's still evolving. And I think following His blueprint is what we need, especially if you are singing and writing songs about the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
God is like, look, I gave you everything in my word, but you're still having to learn what that is and evolve and develop. And so when it comes to the songwriting piece, one of the first things, so I wouldn't just rush a song, allow it to sit for a minute, even before you get to the copyright stage. Allow it to sit. Now, if you're co-writing, and we can, I guess, maybe jump into that part about co-writing with people, but allow it to, I guess, marinate for a minute. And don't put pressure on yourself to feel like that song has to come out right now. Do not create unnecessary pressures for yourself that do not exist. If people have never heard your song, they're not checking for it. If they've never heard you being a songwriter, they're not checking for you. If they don't know about you being an artist, they're not checking for you. They're not checking. I told one of my friends this. They're not checking for the ideas in your head. They only exist in your head. So that means you have the grace and the time to allow it to marinate, even before you get to the copyright stage, because you may change something. But let me throw this in there. But do not go ahead and start singing the song out to everybody, having your whole choir church rehearsing it and singing the praise team, because people steal. So we still evolving, right? The way God wants us to be. So allow it to marinate. Give yourself the grace, because nobody's pressuring you unless you're under a contract, you got a publishing deal or something. But if you're new to this, nobody's pressuring you to release that music. And it may not be time for the song to come out. We know songs, we can go down a list of songs that were written 10 years prior to them being released. So allow it to marinate, then go ahead and check in for the copyright. And you can do that with copyright.gov. And they give you all the details now. When I was copyrighting music back then, I think you pay like $25. I know it's way more than that now. Maybe like up to 45 or 50. But then you go to copyright.gov, go through the details, and you go ahead and copyright your music. But even after that, don't rush into like, I got to get it out. One of the next steps that I would give is to, once it's been copywritten or you've actually submitted it to be copywritten, then test it out. That's the time to go ahead and allow whoever you want to sing it to see how it sounds. What's the feedback from it? That still doesn't mean that it needs to be released, meaning like nationally distributed, but test it out because you want good feedback. It's no different than when you go to the grocery store and they have the little food stations and they want you to eat food. They're doing taste testing. They're testing out their product. You have to do the same. Do not assume just because you're saying Jesus in the song that everybody's going to love it, because that's not true. It's so not true. But you need to test it out, and don't get offended for those who may say, I don't like that song, or it's not really, feeling me. Don't say, well, we're talking about the Lord. That doesn't mean anything. And I'm not saying God doesn't mean anything, but it's still a product. But we would have to go back to looking at exactly what your goal is for actually releasing music. Now, if you're just releasing it because you want to put it out there, then that's a different thing. But if you're doing it for a project, this is what you want to do, nationally distributed for other reasons, then you have to check your goals. So those are the first steps that I would take with writing a song and what you should do next.
Wow, that is so much great information. I'm trying to tell you guys, I really do hope that you are taking notes, or if this is some amazing information. We love to give you all some great information that you can take in as you're on your music journey, as you're on your journey of trying to navigate this industry. This is some amazing information that Tracy is giving us tonight. And Tracy has, and what we're talking about is Tracy's book, Own Your Moment and Take the Stage, laying the foundation for a successful music. You got to make sure that you get this book from Tracy Williamson, Own Your Moment and Take the Stage, laying the foundation for a successful music career. This is the information that you want to have, you want to know. She is giving out some great information tonight. There is so much more in this book. So you have to make sure that you get it, that you support, you get it, you read it, so that you can be able to get the wisdom you need to walk out this journey. It's available right there on Amazon. So you can go ahead and get it on Amazon, but you can go ahead and check out her website at www.tracy7.com so that you can see everything that Tracy has going on. So make sure you go ahead and you support and you get Own Your Moment and Take the Stage, laying the foundation for a successful music career by Tracy Williamson. Great information. Yes, this is so valuable, and you got to make sure that you are connected and you are getting this information, not just from what she's giving out so much information tonight, but I'm telling you, the book has so much more that you can get. So please support Miss Tracy with her book, Own Your Moment and Take the Stage, laying the foundation for a successful music career. All right, I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and do that and support Tracy on and what it is that she has going on. I'm telling y'all, it is some great information that has been going on tonight. I'm trying to tell you, like just what she was just giving us right there, to follow God and therapy. Listen, we got to learn how to mix it. It's not just, oh, I'm saved, I'm a Christian, and I don't believe in therapy. God has graced people to be able to help us and counsel us and give us some kind of somebody that we can talk to. And so that's why therapy is important. And sometimes we need that outlet. So yes, we follow God, but we also understand that we do want to be able to talk to somebody, have some therapy and counseling. And she talked about having drive. So you got to make sure you get that drive in. You want this, then you better have the drive to run and go get it. You can't just sit around and wait for somebody to do it for you. You got to learn it. You got to know it. You got to go out there and have the drive to do it. That's why you need to pick up this book that Miss Tracy got. And then you got to be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. I think so many artists that we see out here today on the main stage that's out here doing it, they'll tell you that same thing. It does not happen overnight. It's a process, and she's already talked about Vashawn Mitchell, and all of us know Vashawn Mitchell from his music, but how he started at his church, Bishop Larry Trotter, writing those songs, doing the choir. I remember my church sang so many of those songs, and then here, bam, he came out on his own and did his thing on his own, and now we see him evolving into his own as his own gospel artist. So you have to be patient. It's not going to happen overnight, but if this is God's will for you and what he has for you, he's going to open those doors and have you walk right in them. But you have to be patient, and you have to trust God that he has your career in his hand, and he's going to be able to open it and take you to the main stage. But you have to trust him. You have to be patient, and then you have to have the drive to be able to run and do what it is that God has called you to do. You can't be ashamed to do it. You can't run from it. You got to have the drive to do it. So we are just so grateful. Tracy is giving out like so much information, and we are so grateful. And so I'm gonna ask Tracy, is there you've given out so much, but what other tips that you can give us without giving us all of so much of the book, because we definitely want you all to go and support, but what other tips can you give someone who is just who's in it, and it's like they're trying to navigate, they're trying to navigate an understanding of how to get over this, like a hump? Because I feel like everybody feels like they get to this period where it's like, it's just not happening, and you've gave some valuable information, but what is it as it relates to industry wise? What would someone need to do, or who do they need to connect to be able to kind of push themselves a little bit over that hump?
I think I guess it would just depend, the type of hump they are. Now, if it's a situation where it's just not working, and I mean like
come on,
right, it's not working, then you should own your moment. Literally, own the moment and maybe say, this is not for me. So that's one thing. Now, if you're at that hump, but if you're trying to maybe get connected to labels, radio stations, promoters, things like that, you have to connect with people. This is a great platform right here. With Praise Chapel, you have to connect with people. You can't just sit in your house and just expect it to come to you. But also, I mentioned earlier, testing the market. Test the market. It's so much easier now to test the market. Social media has given you that opportunity. YouTube, I would highly suggest YouTube is one of the ways, because it's user friendly, and you don't have to deal with all the comments and everything, like with Facebook Live or something like that. And you can actually look at the viewers, like the number of views that are going on. There's so many other ways to do it, but test the market is one way to get over the hump. That way you get real-time information of exactly what's happening with your music, and you get to see feedback from people, real-time feedback, and you can relay that information to a possible radio promoter you may hire, or a label that you may become connected to, either through distribution or getting signed. So that is my suggestion for if you're trying to get over the hump. But you gotta be honest with yourself.
Wow.
And that's what my book is about right here. Own your moment.
Yeah.
You gotta be honest. Owning your moment means holding yourself accountable. Stop lying to yourself about this. If it's not working, it's not working. Go get you a job. No, I'm being serious. And that doesn't mean it may not come back around. Don't put those pressures on yourself that don't exist. Everybody's not checking for you. Okay, so just remember that. Own your moment. So test the market and own your moment. Be honest with yourself about where you are in your career, and listen to wise people such as platforms like this, Praise Chapel.
Done. And here's the other thing. So as you know, your vision behind writing the book, like what was your vision? You've been in the music industry doing this for just in the industry for such a long time. What was your vision as you decided to sit down and now write this book, this way that you can be able to this resource for so many the people that's really trying to get in the industry, or those that's in the industry that just need a little bit of help and understanding? What was your vision behind it?
Situations such as this and the questions that you're asking, I was giving out tips for years, A&R 101 tips, and so I just pretty much decided to compile them all together. And the vision was because I have communicated with and worked with so many artists who I saw repeating the same cycles over and over again, not testing the market, not being honest with themselves, going out on platforms too soon, not being patient, wanting things to just happen overnight. And then they end up back at the beginning, meaning trying to build a good foundation first, because it's like, oh, this isn't working. So, but did you build a foundation? So that was my vision for the book, to give people nuggets and tips. And also in the book, I share my story. I share my journey of how my foundation began when I was 12 years old and wanted to be a music producer and started a production company and so many other things. But that foundation is so key. So that was my vision of wanting to give them that tool, the tool being the book, but how to lay the foundation, which first it starts with you. It starts with you. So that was the vision for it.
Wow, that's so awesome. I'm trying to tell you, you have to make sure that you support Tracy and what it is that she's doing. This book, there it goes. She's holding it right up there for you. Own your moment and take the stage, laying the foundation for a successful music career. Okay, listen, you want to know? You better get this book. I'm trying to tell you. If you want to know, you better get this book. I'm trying to tell you, so much great stuff has been said already. So can you imagine all of the great information that's in this book? So you better get it so that you're able to have something that you can look at, something that can guide you, give you wisdom, help you, push you, all of that kind of great stuff. So make sure you go Amazon.com and go to www.tracy7, that's Tracy 7.com, so that you can be able to get this book. And not only, this is what I love. I love her book and I love what it is that she's doing, but she included an artist journal so that you can take notes of these moments that you're having. So give us a little about that, Tracy, and about, as you were coming up with the journal piece of this for artists, what would you say is a good thing for them to put down as they're going through this journey? What would you say is good things for them to journal and keep up with? I think you're muted, Tracy.
I'm sorry. So in the journal, at the top of each page, I have affirmations that remind the artist, such as don't just become creative. Wow. Build your vision before you brand. Build before you share the music. And I think I mentioned some of that. Build your finances before you brand. Don't just become patient. So these are affirmations at the top of each page, but hopefully they will write down. So like next week, the Stella Awards is coming up. So, and I would always say, don't go to these award shows just taking selfies and wasting your money. Actually get something from it. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good way for you to write down things, having conversations with someone such as, so many people going to be there, so I'm not going to name names. But to write down what they're saying, try to remember it and write it down. People forget stuff. Don't act like you're going to remember all these things. You forget. Get you a to-do list and write it down. So this is a great way to do that. But I put, like I said, reminders at the top of each page at the back of with the journal, so that they can remember to be creative, be patient when they feel like they being rushed and they trying to go get that autograph from somebody and they get mad because they don't want to give it to them. Calm down for a second, please. Be patient. This stuff is not, and lastly, I like to say this as just a bit of encouragement to all artists, whether you signed already or you not, because this isn't just for those who are just trying to be in the music industry. This is for everybody, all artists. The music, I always say music is not a necessity. So you don't need it like water. And honestly, you probably don't need it like these masks that we've been wearing either. But music is not a necessity, but it will always be here as long as we have emotions. Or I'll say it'll always be needed, or it'll be helpful as long as we have emotions. You know how you feel when a certain song comes on?
Yes.
You know, like I could think about Tony Terry's song "When I'm With You" when I was in elementary school or early high school. It makes me think about, like, man, I remember that song. But music's not a necessity, but as long as we have feelings and emotions, it will be needed. So that piece right there is a bit of encouragement to artists to calm down. It's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere, but we can't, bully customers or consumers into wanting our music. They don't need it. They don't need your music. They need some toilet tissue first. I mean, seriously. You know, people wasn't running to the store getting no music last year. What was they getting?
Toilet
tissue, right? Toilet tissue and soap and
That's it.
hand sanitizer. So they wasn't going to download your music. They was listening to D Nice on Instagram. That's the music they was listening to. So I'm just saying it for what it really is. But understanding that, and hopefully many artists learned that last year, that because of that, it shows you just how much you have to be kind to consumers, be nice to them, you know, and test the market. You know, they don't need this. They don't. You need them more than anything. So, you know, that's a bit of encouragement to be patient. It's not going anywhere as long as we have these feelings and emotions. And also, I want to say, if you purchase the book from my website, I will personally sign it for you. Amazon, it's not gonna get signed, just so you know. But and you go to my website, that comes to me. So I would prefer you go to my website, but either way it's fine, tracy7.com. But I will personally sign the book for you if you purchase it from my site. But I'm grateful either way, because I know you don't necessarily need this book either. But I'm grateful for you if you purchase it.
You got to make sure that you go get this book. You all own your moment and take the stage. You get that? Like, own your moment and take the stage. Okay. She is laying out the foundation for you to have a successful music career. All right. But you have to do the work too. She's laying the foundation for you. You got to do the work. As she said, you got to have the drive to be able to do it and the patience to be able to stick it out to the end. Okay. You got to stick it out. Don't come in thinking you the star and then it ain't happening and you like, forget it. They don't know who I am. They don't know who I am. No, we don't know who you are. So if you just be patient, we find out. But you got to stick in it and you got to stay in it so we can find out and we can love what you do and we can support what you do. So I am trying to tell you, make sure you go to the website, okay? www.tracy7.com and get this amazing book. I am trying to tell you, so much valuable information for what are for so many, and like we're saying, those who starting and those who already been in the game. This is a great resource for you to have, for you to read, for you to just be able to go and just keep going back and looking at and reading it, just so it can keep you moving forward in what it is that we do. Everybody can get drained and tired in whatever it is that they do. We all can. It happens. It don't matter what you do. Everyone can get drained, can get tired, can feel like, I'm just done with it. But sometimes if you have something that you can continue to look back at and keep reading and keep going over, it can continue to just lift you up and give you a drive. I am for sure you would get this out that book. So make sure you go get it. Own your moment. This is the time for you to own your moment, okay? You trying to do it? You trying to get out? Own your moment and take that stage. I'm ready to see you up on that stage, y'all. So come on and own your moment. Take the stage. Do what you need to do. Get this book, www.tracy7.com. Get yourself a signed copy, okay? I'm trying to tell y'all that's what you want. You want to have a signed copy. Now, if you got to go to Amazon, do your thing. But make sure you go to www.tracy7.com so you can get your signed copy of this amazing book, Own Your Moment and Take the Stage, laying the foundation for a successful music career, okay? Listen, where my co-host at? Greg, what you got to say, sir? This is
I am always pleased. Tracy comes with so much information. And Tracy, I appreciate the humility that you carry yourself in, to know so much and to have done so much. She is also a world-class chef. You can catch her anytime making meals that makes us all hungry on her Facebook pages. But she hasn't offered to be, I was like, if you need a taste tester, I'm available. And of course, she does a fabulous job as the station program director for Crawford Station here in Chicago. But she's not resting on her laurels. She's still in the thick of it, and we are so proud. Tracy, I am very proud, and I always congratulate you. You're doing a fine, fabulous job. And as they preached on Sunday at church, Nehemiah said, I'm doing a great work, and I can't come down. So stay on the wall. Stay on the wall. But we appreciate you for all that you do.
Thank you so much, Gregory. I appreciate that. But yeah, if they want to follow me on TikTok, you can see all my food videos. So check me out on TikTok.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all better get connected to Tracy. She's out there on her social media outlets. So make sure you get connected. Make sure you follow. Make sure you comment. Make sure you do all of that great stuff so that you will always know what's going on with Tracy and everything that she got going on. Listen, you could be able to go on there, see this book and every other book that she writes. You're going to be able to get that from there, and every other bit of wisdom that she gives. You can go ahead over there on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and she on TikTok, y'all. So
TikTok.
You want some recipes, like go ahead over there, because I'm gonna have to go over there and get some recipes because I'm still sick of eating the same food. Like, come on, I feel like I've been eating the same thing for a year. Okay, my kids want something different, so I'm gonna go ahead over to Tracy's TikTok, see what kind of recipes I can get from her as well. But listen, go ahead, and this is what we do, y'all. This is how you build, you grow, and you do what it is that you do. We want to make sure that we're supporting Tracy and what she's doing. She has so much experience in this music industry. And this is why we are so grateful that she took out time to be here with us tonight, because we love to give out this wisdom. Y'all already know Michi, he will give it all out if he can, every bit of it. And that's why we are so grateful for anyone who also will share and give. So we want you all to be able to do what it is that you're doing and do it effectively and do it in excellence. And I am for sure that if you get her book, if you stay connected to her, that is exactly what will happen. You will do what you need to do in excellence. All right. So we are getting ready to go. Listen, she has dropped so much nuggets, so much valuable information and everything like that. But of course, I cannot let Miss Tracy go until she leaves. Now, she already left an encouraging word, but we're going to let her leave another one because I know she got more up in her. So I'm going to let her leave just before we leave, just an encouraging word to everyone that's watching tonight before we leave for tonight.
I'm sure. Thank you again for having me on the show. I think you're doing a great job. I love the platform, Praise Chapel, and you all keep going. The word, encouraging word that I have is real simple. Follow God. Follow God. Especially if you regard whatever you're doing, but specifically if you are pursuing a career in the gospel music industry. That is so key to follow God. Literally follow God. Don't make it a cliche for yourself. Ask him first in reference to everything you're doing in the music industry, who you should connect with, the stages you should be on, and when you should do this. So follow God.
Listen, this was such an amazing night. I know that if you was in this chapel tonight, you got so much great information. You definitely left with something, or will be leaving with something on tonight. We are so grateful. We are definitely going to have Tracy come back. Oh my gosh, so much that she sounds like she has to give. She gave so much tonight, but I am for sure she can come and give us some more. Y'all know Michi love to give us those business nights where he just wants to talk about business and industry. And so I am for sure he would love to have Tracy to come back on here and just be able to talk and answer questions. Y'all know we're trying to do that question night where we allow you all to come on and just ask some questions regarding the industry. So I am thinking that Michi just may do another reach out, but we'll see, right? So listen, I am telling you, you got to make sure you stay connected. There, go across the screen one more time. You see it, Tracy Williamson's social media information. Go and support, go follow, go comment, go do all of the great stuff that y'all know that we love to do out there on social media. And make sure you are staying connected to everything that she has going on. I always say you do not want to be the last to know. So whenever she's doing what she's doing, you better get up in that know so you can tell somebody else what she got going on. All right. So make sure you go and get it on your moment. Take the stage, laying that foundation for a successful music career. I am trying to tell you, go ahead, www.tracy7.com. Go and get that book, y'all. Have it, read it, live with it, love it, do all of that great stuff. There she is. She holding it up right there. Go get that book, okay? You want to go get it. Go have it and then go to the website and get it so she can sign that copy for you. You would love to have that amazing signed copy. I promise you would. So listen, make sure you go ahead and support and purchase her book. All right. We are so grateful. What an amazing night it was. I am so excited about what we did on tonight. This is what we do over here in the chapel. We give you some great stuff. We don't just give you music to listen to, but we also give you great information, valuable information that you can take with you, that you can hold on to, that you can have with you as you are going in on this journey of music. All right. Y'all know this is what we love to do over here on the Praise Chapel channel. I am telling you, it was such a great night. Man, I tell you what, great encouragement. Follow God, period. Okay, that's it. Ain't nothing else you got to say after that. Follow God. If you follow him, I promise you, it's nothing but greatness. If you follow him, nothing but greatness. Great things, great blessings, great. So make sure you just follow God. Make sure you pray. Ask God for wisdom. Ask God for direction. Ask God for guidance as you are going through what you're going through and you're walking this journey out. Ask God for guidance. Let him do what he needs to do and open those doors for you. Don't be so quick to open the door because you never know what is on the other side. But let God do it. Let God open them doors. If you follow him, if you pray, if you seek him first, then he'll be able to do what it is that he do. He'll be able to open those doors. He'll be able to make some great things happen for you as you are on this amazing journey. Don't give up. It's not over. It is not over. Okay. Don't give up. I know it might, sometimes you get into it and it doesn't always look easy. You think it's going to be easy, but when you get in it, doesn't look easy. And you start you just get the feeling that you sometimes want to give up, but don't give up. I'm trying to tell you, hold on, hang in there. It is not over. The door is right around the corner. So don't you go nowhere. All right. Listen, what an amazing night it was tonight. Yes, it was. Thank you for coming up in the chapel with your girl. We always appreciate you for being here and doing what you do. Make sure you follow us at I Go to Praise Chapel. All right. Tell somebody you go to Praise Chapel. God, let them follow us too. Be that blessing and share. Okay. You want to be the blessing and share. Let somebody else know that you go to Praise Chapel so they can come too. All right. So make sure you go and you are connected to us at I Go to Praise Chapel. We on Facebook, we on Instagram, and we are out there on that YouTube. All right. So make sure you go ahead and you are connected to us. So you don't miss nothing that we got going on over here. Okay. I gave all those great announcements at the beginning, so I hope you did get them. If not, make sure you go to www.praisechapelgospel so you can leave us your email. We can be able to connect with you and get all of that great stuff that we do over here to you. All right. So that's how you can connect, by leaving us your email so we can get in contact with you and let you know that everything that's going on over here. Make sure you go ahead and leave some comments. Let us know what artists you would love to see over here in the chapel with your girl. We would love to hear from you. As I always say, we cannot do what we do without you. All right. And you see what's going on right there at the bottom of the screen. Well, that is none other than the man himself, Mr. Gregory Gaze. Information. Go and connect. Listen, he is all things industry. Okay. All right. He is out there. Make sure you go ahead and connect to him. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All right. www.gospelflavor.com. So make sure you connect to Gregory Gay and everything that he has going on. We are so grateful for him and all that he does and all that he does over here on the Praise Chapel channel. So very grateful. All right. That is it. We have nothing else to do on tonight. It's time for us to go ahead and leave the chapel. Oh my God, what a sad time, right? Okay. But listen, y'all already know we ain't done. We'll be back with you again. So make sure that you stay connected so you can see what's going on and what's happening next. All right. So stay connected to us at I Go to Praise Chapel. It was an amazing evening. We are so grateful for Miss Tracy. Make sure you go get that book. All right. Own your moment. Take that stage. Don't give up. You keep on moving, all right? Just follow God and do what it is that you know that you need to do. Get that drive in you and make sure you are being patient, all right? That's it. That's all you got to do. And make sure you get that book so you can know exactly what you need to do as you're going out in this journey. All right. What a great evening it was. Y'all already know. I am your girl, Marcy Marie, and I always love to be here with you all every single Tuesday right here. Y'all already know every Tuesday lit over here in the chapel. And I love being here with you all. Thank you so much. As I always say, we absolutely appreciate you every single Tuesday being here with us every single Tuesday night. We definitely appreciate it. I say we can't do what we do without you. So we are so grateful for you. All right. What an amazing evening it was. Thank you so much. You already know this is the Praise Chapel channel where we give you the best in kingdom living. If you want to live kingdom, you got to make sure you seek first the kingdom of God. Amazing night. I'll see you next time, y'all. We love you over here on the Praise Chapel channel. Peace out, y'all. See y'all next time.